And so I was like, Tina, I'm sorry you didn't do anything with your life. And she was like, what? I'm a scientist. I was like, yeah, and look at your shoes. Alright there guys, how are you? Today we're going to be rustling up what many people consider to be the food equivalent of a brie. I am of course talking about the sandwich. Okay guys, so start with 2 slices of bread. Sounds obvious, but some people do get it wrong. Then add your sauce or spreads base. If you're thinking why now? Why not later on? Let me show you why. Salad falling out of your sandwich, bad situation. And it doesn't go quietly either. Could take anything with it from a cherry tomato to a slice of chicken. Unless you opt out of the salad altogether, there's always going to be the risk. But there are certain ways of combating it. And one of them is to have a good, strong base. So, when you think you guys are ready, head back to the fridge and grab some more ingredients.
So I'm in Toronto, Canada, and I see these kids and they're playing ice hockey. And I say, there's a movie. And they say, it's already been done.
Okay, so let's take a look in the fridge, shall we? Well, there's a lot in there, isn't there? And that can be overwhelming. So what I want you to do is just take a brief look, survey the contents, and then close the fridge door. We're in no hurry. And if you go back and put the basic components of your sandwich together first, you give yourself a bit of thinking time. And if you've already had any ideas, you give them the opportunity to simmer. Yo, Wagwan peeps, you're cool. I'm here today to drop a couple words on an issue very close to the heart of our society. And to introduce it, I need to say a couple things about social awareness, bruv. Nowadays, on buses and trains, we ain't seeing heads getting up and offering their seats. Move yourself for that old lady, that old man. Enjoy your legs and the fact they ain't broke up yet. Man them, offering your seat to that lady might get you the digits. Or at the very least, any fitties in the radius are definitely gonna check you out. Because they done know that the true gentleman is hard to find in these days and times. Real talk. Now, I don't know if it's because man ain't going out to walk much, but there are some heads on roads stomping about with some clown feet, bruv. I'm talking about some bug hand to foot to eye coordination. And if that's you, bruv. Cool, that's you. But what I'm trying to get peeps on a level with, what I'm trying to get heads to recognise, is some of the deepest fuckery out there. Don't step on the crepe, bruv. Don't tread on the heel of the crepe. Don't step on the side of the crepe. Maintain your distance and look at where you're going. Man sees a brer on road with some fresh crepe and he thinks they're new, bruv. Nah, some cats have had them for time. Man checks out the next style of man's laces. Recognise the art, the discipline involved. Man got bare love for crepe. So understand that shoe wear is something very close to the heart. And if you do by accident stand on the crepe, at least absorb and confront the implications of what you've done. You violated that geezer. You besmirched his efforts to preserve beauty with your carelessness. And next time, don't step on the crepe, bruv. Don't step on the crepe.
Wise words come from the lips of those with understanding, but those lacking sense will be beaten with a rod. Proverbs 10, verse 13.
Okay guys, so we've grabbed a few ingredients from the fridge. What are we going to do now? Of course, we're going to get that salad onto our sauce or spreads base. Now, just before we move on, a very important point worth a mention is that if you want to use a lot of sauce or spread, please remember that man invented the toaster for a reason. And unless you're entertaining a flock of geese, cold, soggy bread is probably a no-no. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is place a weightier ingredient on top of my salad. I've chosen a hunk of cheddar. Therefore, I'm further securing it to that adhesive-like sauce or spread base. Now, from here, it really is in your hands, guys. There is no status quo. Just don't be afraid to experiment and trust your instincts. Hey, a little bit of onion, an egg, pineapple. If you feel it, go for it. And remember, the kind of sandwich you make is the kind of person you are. Now, there are only 3 rules. Rule number 1, no fish. Hey, save the tuna. Rule number 2, if you're going to use crisps in your sandwich, please try and make sure you buy them from a respectable distributor, and also be very careful. You may not be able to see them, but mouth scars aren't pretty. And finally, rule number 3, that's how big my mouth is, may my sandwich be no larger. If you're having trouble with this one, you can half or quarter your sandwich to get a better idea of the dimensions. Okay guys, so it's up to you. Have fun and enjoy creating, and remember that I'll be here at the same time next week to discuss oatcakes. Are they really cakes? Okay, thanks for watching. Bye guys.
Top tips, tip 54. Don't stand, crouch. You know, Nietzsche once said, when you stare into an abyss stares back into you. And I never fully understood that statement, but I think I may have experienced something similar. When I had a period in which I was particularly focused on the workings of my mind, I was particularly focused on trying to observe myself, then I realized that the mind has no sleep. It doesn't ever stop. There are periods when it's racing, periods when it's slow, periods when the rhythm is quite melodious and quite well balanced. But fundamentally, there is no point at which it begins and it ends. It is a constant flow which never ceases. And I found it tiring. Very tiring.
My mother said I have very beautiful smile. I show you.
Derek came back from the Navy the other week, bruv. Man's got some tough knots, tough knots.